Do I need a purpose to film?
What?
Do I need a purpose to film?
Well, normally you do.
No, I don't.
But let's try to get out.
Well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
Show the numbers there. 1171 NA.
If you could actually say what the numbers are, please. Not everyone can actually read them.
1171 NA. No
Thank
worries.
you.
So what's the purpose of filming today?
For my own purpose.
Yeah, what's the purpose?
My own purpose.
Just what's the purpose?
Because I want to film.
Okay. Obviously, when we see people filming outside, we get a little bit worried.
Yeah.
There's terrorism, things like that.
Okay, so
That's
you're calling
why
me
we
a terrorist?
I'm asking your purpose.
Okay. Well then, can you tell me then the last time when a police station was actually hit by a terrorist?
Well, that's not the point.
Okay. Yes, it is the point, because it's predominantly, okay, it will be the public that will get hit by a terrorist, not the police.
I think that's incorrect.
No, it's not incorrect. You've only got to look at past events, okay, and you will actually see that.
Okay.
And then when you look at the last police station, that actually got hit by a bomb, okay, was in 1972.
By a terrorist. How about that?
Okay, yeah, that was a stabbing.
Yeah, that's a terrorist act.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So then, if that's the case, then should we then talk about a certain officer that killed a young woman?
Calm afternoon outside a police station. A man quietly films the building, his camera steady, his expression calm. Two officers approach, curious but cautious. One asks why he's recording. The man replies with a steady voice, "Do I need a purpose to film?" What seems like a simple act of photography suddenly becomes a moment of tension between public rights and police control.
When he was in uniform. No, but that was a member of the police. That was a member of the police, okay, that actually killed a member of the public.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the point of that and terrorism?
Because it's my right, okay.
I'm not saying it's
to
not your
film,
right, but I'm asking why you're filming.
Because I can.
Yeah, but for what reason? So you've
My own reason.
Today.
I don't need to explain to you why I want to film.
But we're asking you why. I mean, we've got powers under the Terrorist Act.
What, Section 43?
To search you.
And if you use Section 43, okay, it will be unlawful for one.
Why?
Okay,
Why is
because
that?
it's my lawful right, and if you actually read the actual memo that got sent by the IOPCC, back in 2020, right, it will actually state that people can actually film a police station, okay, police staff, police vehicles, okay, and Section 43 should not be used, okay, in that actual event.
What about that?
Okay.
What if we see you filming outside a police station?
Okay. Well then let me put it to you this way. I'll put it very bluntly, okay? If you believe, okay, that it is, okay, then...
The officers continue pressing for answers, asking again and again why he's filming. The man insists that it's for his own purpose, refusing to give further explanation. The officers appear frustrated, trying to establish authority, while the man calmly defends his right to stand on public ground and record freely.
If you contact the counter-terrorism squad...
We haven't got time for that.
Well, no, if you believe that... Well, I'm just standing here, okay? If you believe that, okay, then you contact them.
Well, no.
Okay? But also as well, what are your reasonable grounds? What are your reasonable grounds?
So you've waited for a van to come out. How do I know you're not going to run in when you're filming a police station? What for? It could be for you.
You made a presumption that I may go in.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you made a presumption.
We can't take that chance.
Yeah, I know.
Terrorists don't attack us. They do. I
Okay.
just gave an example, haven't I? A few years ago.
And then should we then talk about actual people then that get abused by the police on a daily basis?
Is that what you're filming for?
Okay.
Are you seeing if police are abusing people within the facility?
Well, yeah, you tried to say about using Section 43, okay, and that would have been an abuse of power.
Well, it's not an abuse of power.
You said the terrorism, yeah, which is a completely lawful activity. It's a completely lawful activity.
Right.
It's a lawful activity. It makes no difference.
One officer mentions terrorism, suggesting that people filming police buildings raise concern. The man immediately challenges the statement, asking when a police station was last attacked by terrorists. His voice remains firm but controlled, exposing the weakness in the officer's argument. The conversation turns from suspicion to a debate on reason and evidence.
Good afternoon.
Hello, have you spoken to one of our colleagues earlier?
I've spoken to several of your colleagues.
At the police station, yeah?
Yeah.
That is in out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Could you identify yourself for me, please?
PC McKenna, 1263.
Thank you very much.
Why do you get so anti when police come and speak to you?
I'm not anti.
Surely it's a good thing.
No, I've had several good interactions here today.
Right.
Okay, with 3 other officers. Okay. I've had some really nice interactions with them.
Okay. So you're
right?
saying this isn't
And
a
not
nice
one,
interaction.
not one of them even attempted to bring up to do with terrorists.
Well, the first thing
Not
I see
one of
when
them.
people come outside a police building and start filming, that's the first thing I see. That's what I think. That's it.
Well, then you need to actually rethink your actual mindset, okay?
I don't think so.
Well, yes, you do, okay? And when you see a member of the public, whether or not they're filming or not, okay, maybe if you actually approach and said, can I help you, okay, like you did when you stuck your head out the van,
I did.
okay, but then it should be, okay, is there anything else I can do for you, whatever, okay? I should be allowed to carry on and do what I'm lawfully allowed to
I've
do,
allowed you to. You've been filming me for ages.
okay?
The man cites official documents and legal memos, explaining that the public has every right to film police buildings, vehicles, and staff. The officer hesitates, unsure how to respond. The camera captures a rare moment: authority meeting accountability, and silence speaking louder than uniformed command.
So I've allowed you to.
Okay? Well, it's not about you allowing me to.
You just told me to allow you to.
It's not about you allowing me to. It's something that I'm rightfully within my rights to do so.
Right, okay. You've just told me to allow you to. I have for about 10 minutes now. So.
Okay.
What's your first name?
I won't give my name.
Okay. What are you auditing? Just out of interest.
Pardon?
You're auditing, right?
I am,
What
correct.
Are you auditing?
A public building, okay, and a public service.
What is it? Just the amount of police officers that come out, or the vehicles?
No, just whatever I can see. Just whatever I can see. Whether or not a vehicle comes out, okay, an officer comes out, makes no difference. I'll film whatever I can
Is
see.
it just police stations you do, or do you go and do it any other?
Any public service.
So like a library? Would you go to a
Okay.
library?
Yep.
Fire brigade?
Yep.
Okay. I'm literally just
Yeah. No,
having
it's,
scoping. Just
it's anything that the
finding out.
public. It's anything that the public pay for.
And what
Okay,
do you do
that's a
with
public
that
service.
information?
It all depends. It all depends.
On what you see?
Yeah, I use it for my own personal interest.
The debate continues. The man points to the pavement beneath his feet, reminding the officers that it's public property. The officers insist it's restricted, but the man stands his ground. His tone never rises. His confidence comes not from aggression, but from the law itself. The clash is quiet but powerful. Who truly owns public space?
And how many hours do you put in a week, would you say?
That's
doing that?
irrelevant to how many hours I put in.
Oh. Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it, yeah. So because at the moment, and especially with the Met, and then even then if you look at homicide police, okay, there is a massive divide between the public and the police. There is a massive divide, okay, and that divide is something that needs to be closed because we need a police force without any shadow of doubt. It's very important that we have one.
Yeah, it's a good relationship.
Okay.
That's why initially PCSOs were introduced, initially.
Yeah, but then now there's loads of mixed views to do with that, okay, whether or not that was the actual right thing or was it actually about actually trying to get trained officers in.
What do you mean?
Trained officers.
Well, no,
They're
they're
civil, weren't they? But
yeah, okay.
I used to
They're
go to
they're
some.
not in the same level as you guys as constables. They're not in the same level.
They don't have the same powers.
Yeah.
Correct.
The conversation sharpens when the man accuses them of abusing Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. He calls out the misuse of authority and how such laws are wrongly used against innocent citizens. The officers appear uneasy. One shifts his stance, the other changes topic. The power dynamic begins to...
Yeah, it's not that
Okay.
they've got their own job. It's not the same level. It's just that they don't.
Yeah, they've been
they're
put
same
in
level. The bridge.
as a replacement, okay, to what used to be the whole old home beat officers, okay, where they go out onto different estates. okay, and try and
You've
engage.
got safer neighbourhoods, haven't you?
Yeah.
So then you've got the PCSOs that attach to the safer neighbourhoods. The majority of them, not all of them, obviously, and they're trying to bridge that gap. So is that what you're trying to, look into then?
Well, yeah, it's to see how the police actually feel, okay, to do with it. And that's why I said I've had some good interactions where an officer came out to me, he turned around and went, "You're all in?" I went, "Yes."
Do you
And then
do you understand why we come up and question you?
yeah,
There's
but-
a lot of people that, as you've already said, there's a lot of people that really don't like us.
yeah, I welcome any interaction. But as soon as you try and say about the terrorist act, okay, and all the rest of it, okay.
A new officer arrives, polite, composed, trying to ease the tension. The tone softens as they discuss the divide between police and public. The cameraman acknowledges the importance of police but questions their approach. He speaks of trust, transparency, and how filming can help rebuild what fear has.
Then that is when, okay, it won't go down the same line as what a normal civil conversation would have been.
That's what we try to notice, and that's what it is linked with, because people gather information from police buildings, and then they use that information and unfortunately become quite destructive.
Well, any place really. It could be a tube station, train station.
Yeah, well, just remember, everything that I'm filming now, okay, can also be seen on Google Earth.
Right.
Okay, the only difference is the actual interaction, okay, between myself and officers, because I can see the whole police station and everything from Google Earth.
But
you
okay,
have to see how
many people come in and out, what times
that's
the people come in
we do
and
in
out.
our job. I'm curious. Just to,
I don't care how many officers go in and out. I don't care what times they go in and out. Okay. I'm not here for that.
The two sides talk openly now. The cameraman explains he films all public institutions, from libraries to government offices. The officer listens, nodding slowly. For the first time, both sides share the same truth. The gap between law enforcement and the people must be bridged, not widened by suspicion.
But when I came out, straight away I said, oh, what are you doing? And you didn't want to tell me. But if you just said, I do an audit, I do it on all public buildings, then it would have been...
But I don't have to justify what I'm doing.
But I'm asking you a question. Just
yes.
If we walked past in the street and you wanted to ask me a question,
yeah.
I'd answer it.
And I said, what did I turn around and say to you what I was doing?
A purpose.
Okay?
That's it.
For my own interest.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, you didn't say your own interest, you said a purpose.
Yeah, my own purpose.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you look at it, my own purpose is my own business.
Right.
Okay? And if I don't wish to tell you what that business is, I do not have to tell you what that business is.
Okay, but when you're videoing places like this, you can't like get all angsty when people come and ask you.
So then,
it's our job to come and ask and make sure it's safe.
So then, do you go up to everybody then that's filming Buckingham Palace, okay, and 10 Downing Street, okay, and stop them all?
That's not my job
okay.
To do that.
Do you go round to every single place, like even then when you look at the Olympic Park, okay, that's not far from here, even then when you look at that, okay, do you walk up to everyone that's got a camera?
It's not my job.
Okay, do you walk up to everyone who you can see with a phone?
This is just a normal police station, isn't it?
Yep, and this is just, and I'm just a
me
normal member of the public with a phone.
The first thought is, well, why is he filming? And that's what's come last year.
Okay, so, and that's why I said to you that...
Another officer steps forward, more defensive in tone. The conversation returns to frustration. The cameraman points out her unprofessional stance, her hands tucked inside her vest. The air grows colder again. Respect feels fragile, built and broken within seconds. Still, the man holds his composure, refusing to be provoked.
Instead of actually doing it exactly as you've done, okay, and you've been very polite and very professional, and I will say that, and that's how a conversation should be fully conducted, exactly how it was with the other officers that I spoke to previously.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day? You're going to carry on monitoring?
I have no idea yet. I have no idea.
Just
I just
so you
take
know,
it. I just take it stage by stage.
I only know because I've spoken to the officers that stopped you earlier. If you continue to film, probably more officers are going to ask you what you're doing.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I welcome any interaction.
Well, you didn't really welcome mine, but no worries.
Well, maybe you should look at the way that you actually approach first.
Winds down, the man reminds the officers that every frame is being recorded, every word preserved. He tells them he'll request a copy of their own body cam footage, a final reminder that accountability flows both ways. The officers walk off. The man lowers his camera, his voice calm and clear. Another day, another lesson in public rights, where a camera becomes the most powerful tool against intimidation.